All right.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, no, you got your library today.
Oh, yes, just doing a bit of reading.
It's very good. I want to get some background. It's not
Mm,
fair.
you should. It's
How do I do
fun.
it?
You just go down the bottom and it's in the bit where you can turn on or off your video. You can
Yeah.
select
Oh, there. Yeah. And then choose
virtual
virtual
background.
background.
So click on that.
Right.
And then you've got some examples there that you can
Yeah.
click on, or you can, do what I do, spend out. Oh, look at you.
I think I'll just sit in the beach.
Oh, I tell you,
Oh,
I know it's corny and everything, but it makes it, it's impossible for it not to make a difference.
exactly. I'm just going to change the view so I get more of a, that's better. I love my hair. Oh, my God. It's not actually that bad. It's flattening it.
It is. Yeah, it does,
But
does
actually
have an
looks
impact.
slightly.
Yeah. What really bugs me is I'm okay because I've actually gone out and purchased a green screen, a bit of
Ah,
but you see, if you wear headphones, it can't, unless you've got the green screen, it can't work out the bit between your headphones. So
right. So if I did
I always
that,
think
yeah,
I've got a sort of bald, a
yeah,
weird haircut,
yeah,
like Zeppo Marx or whoever he was.
yeah.
Yeah, it can't. Yeah, look, there you go. It can't. Yeah. I mean, it's incredibly clever, isn't it? It's incredibly clever. I like you with your hair like that. It's
Well, it's rather
smooth. Yeah,
smooth.
it's all neatened up and
Oh God, it's awful.
no, it looks good, Phil.
Oh,
It looks
no,
good.
Dan. Sorry.
It's not you, obviously.
Obviously, no.
No, no. How are you?
Yeah, good. We got a slight dry. We got a leaking roof, which is a bit of a pain.
Oh no, now you would find out about it as well because it
I
hasn't
know
stopped
it's fairly
raining.
difficult. There's a drop on Rose is just lying in bed and it's like.
Oh no, seriously.
Oh yeah, it's dripping. It's not. It's fine. We've got a bloke today. Came out. Scaffolding's going out tomorrow. He's doing it on Saturday or Monday. But we'll see. It's always like So first thing is he arrived, which was good this
Yep,
morning.
yep,
And he's a nice guy, and and he seems very nice. And it's the valley bit.
yep,
So it all needs to be taken. All the tiles need to be taken off. New aluminium something put in, felt,
yep.
and tiles replaced. And the chimney, he's going to do the chimney because he said that hasn't got a lot long left, pointing or
Right.
something. So anyway, you can't just not do it, can you?
No, you really need a good roof is really important in life and not
yeah.
much thought about, but really important. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right.
That is a pain, isn't it? Last thing you need.
Exactly. Because of the pandemic, it's all harder anyway.
Oh, yeah. I should imagine. Yeah.
But he's fine. He came in with a mask. He came into the house. I stood back and he had a look. And then the rest of the time he's outside, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally out of your skill set as well. So you feel very vulnerable, don't you, when you hire someone to look at your roof?
Oh yeah, it's not
you
like
don't know.
I can nip up the ladder.
No,
I can give it a go.
you could. Once you get up there, you could look around and then come back down again and go, no idea.
Yeah.
But at least it's not windy, because when you get a leak when it's windy, the leak can be coming from anywhere, because it can blow the water. Yeah. So at least he's probably got a good chance of knowing what the problem is.
Yeah. No, he seemed to be. Well, he showed me a picture. He took a picture when he's up there, and it's been a sort of landslide. So some of the tires have slipped. So he said it's not major, but yeah, it's. I mean, look. How do I know? It might have been just put the tiles back and be fine.
Yeah. Trust. You got to trust somebody in this world.
And it's not been done before, so he said, look, But he said if it was just the tiles, it's still got to get through the flushing and through the felt. So it's obviously getting through something.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah. Good. How have you been feeling this last week?
All right. You know, what in terms of what?
Well, I've had quite a few people sort of feeling this is the low. This is the low point. This is the lowest they felt through the whole, through everything. It's to be expected, isn't it? I mean, we're in the middle of January, the most miserable month. Well, or is February the most miserable month? Yeah, it's one of those two, isn't it? At least February is a bit brighter, a bit lighter.
I don't know. I'm all right with weather. Weather, I just think it's weather. I don't think it's good or bad. It just is.
So you don't get affected by the.
No, I mean today was grim, as in wet and damp. There's still a certain beauty about it, and a certain when it's finished, you know, when it's sort of stopped. So during it, but it's like boiling hot day. During it, it's not very nice to be out in that either. But it's really hot. You know, so there's lots of things. You make yourself as comfortable as you can, but like after a really hot day and that evening and it's cool and it's beautiful, you know. So you have to sort of have that really hot to get that lovely evening. And it's like this because it's been really wet. Or when the sun comes out, it'll be all sort of fresh. And so you can't have one without the other.
No, you certainly can't.
So I embrace it all.
What a.
I enjoy this moment.
Well, Philip.
I've done my homework.
Have you?
Yeah.
How are you getting on with it?
Well, I just read the enjoyable thing. So, and I've done actually I've pretty much read it all now.
Yeah.
I've done up to
step 1.
So I've only got that to read now, that little bit in the middle. So I've read that and I've read that.
Wow.
So I find it that sort of book, Dan, you know, dip in.
Well, after you mentioning that we were meeting up today, I grabbed the book and started reading it for the first time. Great, I better read it.
In your beautiful library. It's quite sunny in your library, actually, Dan, which is rather nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
You could pretend to be in Australia. Where would you be? It's sunny. You know, California. You know,
West Coast.
Less sort of the afternoon sun.
Yeah.
There.
It's lovely. Yeah.
Travis has just bought you your afternoon tea and scone.
That's right. Yes. I've sent him away for the afternoon. I don't think I'll be requiring his services any further.
That's good.
Till supper.
Yeah, you've always got Millie in the kitchen. Will bring you up.
Of course.
Like supper if you need.
Yeah, or a snack if I get a little peckish halfway through my Keats.
Millie, I'd require a cucumber sandwich, please.
The usual.
The usual. My
no crusts.
Pick me up.
Yeah. Oh, you're so right.
So.
Yeah, and it brought a little tear to my eye, I have to admit.
Oh.
It's a bit like, you know, and you mentioned this the other day when you were re-listening to some of your sweet, you know, early tracks that you haven't listened to for a while. You go, cool, I was good, wasn't I? It's nice going back on stuff you created a long time
absolutely.
Ago. It's like, and I was pleasantly. I was a bit embarrassed when I started reading it because it goes quite personal quite early on. But
very personal. Yeah, I think the prefix, the intro, and that's it's good. I like that bit.
Kind of either you're in or you're out. I think after that bit, you know.
I like the drawings. Did you do that?
No, Evie did them.
They're lovely. I really like them.
They're really nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like a T-shirt with
Yeah.
that spaceman on.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. I think that she's got a real, personality, a real character, style, whatever.
Did you do all of them?
Yes. And
Oh.
Gracie did the front cover, designed the front cover.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's
which
good.
was great. Yeah.
Bold. Oh, you can't even see the book. Look,
You can't, no.
it's not. I can see yours. Oh, yeah. Oh, if I
Yeah.
hold it for the black, there you are.
Yes, there you go.
If I go there, it disappears in the
It's
palm.
amazing. What a skill. But I'm just so inordinately proud that I've put all of this in there, because I'm reading it back and going, I still totally believe every single bit in here. And I'm so
Yeah.
glad that I've got it out of my head and into a package,
Yeah.
because I want to share it. I still do, I've forgotten what's in there, but I still say the same stuff to anybody who'll listen all the time.
Yeah.
So it's great to be able to have it.
So how? I mean, are you publicising it or not? You're just there, and if anyone comes across it.
Got any tips?
Not, I don't know, just word of mouth, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know. You always feel you're doing something. You put it on, but sometimes, it works.
Does it?
Well, I'm doing these free CPD right inspired things.
Right. Yeah.
And I just this morning, so I've got it all on Eventbrite. I've got a list of them. I'm doing it every day next week. I've got one tomorrow. I've got 3 people signed up tomorrow. There's people signed up through Eventbrite. And yesterday in the morning, one person came. There were 2 signed up. Only one came from Belgium, and she was a writer. She just thought it was a writer's thing, not for children.
Okay.
And she said, "Oh, you're a teacher?" And I said, "Well, yeah, but I'll talk to you about my thing. It's called The Nature of Ideas." Yeah. All right, I listened. She absolutely loved it and gave me some lovely feedback. She just said, Phil fires my imagination. He put a real fire in my belly.
Wow.
And she said, she's really nice. We had a long chat afterwards. She was saying, you look at the world as an alternative universe. You have this alternative universe perspective of everything, and you were really passionate. And so it was really, there we are, it's worth, and that's just through bunging it on Eventbrite, bunging it on Twitter. Right. And then I've sent it to a teacher I know who's part of a big academy. Straight back, she said, "Thanks so much. I'll put it on our Facebook." That's something like 18 schools. Got a booking straight away off another one next week,
Yes.
Quite nice. It's all free, but this thing doesn't matter. So it's the same thing. Just put it wherever you want to put it with no expectation. I'm just thinking, anyone comes along. Same with you. Anyone buys your book, they'll
that I like it. I mean, I've got stuck all the time on, posting links to it or putting up a, quotes from it. But I think the idea of actually doing some speaking about it.
Yeah. Seriously, bang it on. Just set up your Eventbrite, make it free, connect it to your Zoom as a meeting. It doesn't matter. It's a webinar, maybe just say it's a meeting and that's free. And just see what happens. And you might get some people, you might get no one. But that Belgian woman, she's from Eventbrite. She just said she was looking for some inspiration. She's writing her book.
Yeah. Came across yours.
Said, "Oh, it looked really interesting, really different." And now she's emailed me. She's given me links of artists she thinks I'd like, and so you suddenly get this connection. She might tell other authors before you know it. I might be talking to adults more. That's what I mean. So you never know where it'll take you when you just.
But that for me, that is the and correctly so. That's the litmus test. If she recommends you to her group, her tribe, then you're onto something.
Yeah.
You know, that's how this flame can grow, is by people recommending, you know, because they believe in it, not because you're paying them or because they feel bad.
Exactly.
It's because they think it's great. And people like sharing stuff they think is great, don't they? So,
and you never know what, because I'll just read what she said, because it's I've always thought a tagline, and this is what you learn other people's perspective. What did she say? I thought, God, that's really useful for me. She went, you paint an alternative. She was talking about this artist, you might have heard of her, called Tanaka Tatsuya. Really good. Look her up. She uses tiny little figures against normal objects.
Oh yeah.
Takes photographs. Really clever. And so she said, during the exercises, thinking about different things, I thought of the work of this brilliant artist. She paints the same alternative universe that you do with your work. And I thought, paints an alternative universe. I thought, God, maybe that's what Right Inspired is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
I like
she
it.
Said, Phil lets, this is her review. She wrote me a review because I asked her. Phil lets you experience the power of your own imagination. I thought that's really useful. So
she's a good writer, isn't she?
Yeah, and more people you get your book, someone might say, oh, it's this, and you might think, oh, thank you very much. You know, it helps you kind of frame, because you're the worst person to frame off, and you know, it's the worst, but you need someone else to have a subjective.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Like it. I like it. Yeah. What do you think I should talk about? I should focus on?
Well, you could just call it Enjoy This Moment.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to have the broad, and then in the detail, I don't know if you've done Eventbrite, and then you just put in the details. You could just, I think it could be just, I don't know. I think what I'm doing in mine is I'm doing little elements of Right Inspired. So just pick an element that you think you could waffle on about.
Right. Yeah.
Only in this moment. I'd do a chapter.
Yeah.
And you could start saying, like, you know, this is my book. You might not have read it. You might have read it. But anyway, I'm going to talk about this.
Yeah.
Or you could do a series. You could do a series where you're going to talk through the book and what your beliefs are. They're fine to do standalone, so people don't think they have to come to every one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could just say episode 1 and just see a series of how many chapters are there.
Whatever. Yeah. God, there's loads of chapters. Wouldn't have to do all of those, but I could do, I'd see what you mean. I could break it down into, you know, a few different topics.
Defining enjoyment, you know, you'd like to talk about what enjoyment is in our society and then just elements of that. You just got to lift a few quotes, highlight a few quotes that you think you could talk about.
You've got to put the effort into...
you've got to prepare it. Yeah.
Prepare the course.
Yeah, don't just sit there going, hi, right.
Oh, this is a bit overwhelming, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, look, you've got it all here, Dan. It's all in your...
prepare.
Enjoy productive summary. It's there.
Yes. Well, that's
true. Ideas, you've just done that bit. Then the triage.
Yep.
Then get work.
Yep.
And then you reflect. Perfect.
Yep.
So, interestingly, Dan, reading your thing, the capture ideas bit.
Yep.
You've used the exact quote that in my section called The Nature of Ideas, about the manifest. Where, that I use that exact quote. That
really?
Ideas are, I've written it, the quote I use, because I've got it here, Dan, written it's here. I have it by my side all the time.
You found it?
Yes, I found it, that's it. It was down there, but I have, and just after you'd gone, it was just down there where I wasn't looking. I'm just looking at my notes where I've got the. Well, the ideas are energetic life forms.
Yeah.
In the same nature as, you know, trees and plants, and they float around in the ether. which is what you put here. Ideas spend eternity swirling around us, searching for available and willing human partners. And they have, I can't remember where you've definitely put the manifest. It's in here somewhere. Where did I read it? I'm sure it was in that chapter.
Manifest.
Yeah, it's a quote from Elizabeth Gilbert. You've got two. There's one there. I'm sure it was there because I read this and I remember reading it thinking, oh, you've used the same. The ideas have one purpose in life. Oh yeah. Step 3. Ideas are driven by a single impulse to be made manifest.
Ah.
Elizabeth Gilbert. Quote
yes.
24. Page 139.
There it is. If you could all turn to page 139.
Yeah.
That's
so what you say about ideas is exactly what I sort of talk about. Well, yeah, so I completely agree, you know, and concur.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. Isn't it amazing that all the work you do, I should have probably recognized you in this book, you know, because I've been working with you for long enough, and you've always been about creativity and creative ideas, you know, so you've probably inspired and influenced this book much more than anybody else, actually, thinking about it. Yeah.
I don't think, because I tell you what I do like, though, because I'm having this now, I've got lots of things I want to do, so this really helped me. Your triage bit, I thought was really clever, because I thought, right, why am I, because it's exactly what's happening, because I want to do music and do the TRAS.
Yes.
I've got loads of TWOM to do.
Yes.
And I'm really passionate doing Right Inspired, and every day, I get things done, but I just feel I haven't been like...
Yes, right.
So I'm thinking, so what am I doing? Because to me, so this is where I was thinking, urgent and important, important and not urgent, not important and urgent. And that's really interesting because to me, they're all urgent, and they're all important, you see. And so I think I'm like the nurse who's just running around going, oh my God, quick, get the doctor. And the ideas are going, no, I've only got a cough.
Yeah,
I can't see that because it's an idea, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And so what I get is in my little tent, all the ideas are just there, really urgent. So I think, right, now you just be quiet, please, and I'll really, and I am good at that, I'll focus. I don't believe in multitasking. No. I think that's a myth.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it properly, you do it. You don't.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So today I was doing my things for next week, all my things, and I'm focused on that.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, there's a little, you should be doing that, you know.
Right.
So, yeah, it would help me, but I can't. Important and not urgent, you know, God, that's hard for me.
That's hard for everyone, Phil.
Yeah. And important and not urgent, I mean, that I don't think that, maybe like defrosting the freezer I did today, okay?
Right.
And I did it, and it was really fun, and it was really easy, and took and I've been putting that off, I kid you not, for about 12 years.
Yes.
And it was Rosie who said, bloody do it. I was like, all right.
Yes.
Emptying, because I had to eat all the food, and that's been fine, and then it was time because it was empty.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Important but not urgent. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think what I'd done is, yes, but I suppose, it was important but not urgent, but in a way it was urgent, you see, in the end, because there was so much ice, there was about that much space in the freezer. That much ice. It's huge. Well, it has like this cavern.
I mean, that really is something you have to work on, is moving out of the important and urgent space and into the important and not urgent space, you know, and it's difficult to get across there because of the rush of doing the important and urgent stuff all the time. You know, it feels like a huge buzz to do that stuff.
No, and the not important and urgent, that's a tricky one.
Yeah. Both those at the bottom, the not important and urgent, the not important and not urgent, they can trip you up easily, can't they? They can get you, and they're some of the stuff that you come away at the end of the day with that feeling of in your stomach that it's not been a good day, disappointment, because
chipped away at a few things. I haven't come. It's hard. I like doing one thing. I'm much happier if I have a day. I keep saying to Rose, look, if I do a day of that,
yes,
I really knock that on the head.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's always the music that's just, and I still don't do it, but it's there sort of drawing me to do it. And you know what it's like with music. You've got to feel in the mood. And it takes a while to get into the groove. You can't dip in. You can't do a couple of hours of music because sometimes I think I can't be asked to go out to my studio, plug everything in, then forget how to work the bloody thing. I have to get the manual out again.
I know.
At the moment, because the guitar, I know how to do the guitar.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Because I've got this whole new, thing I'm working on.
Yeah.
It's just another layer of like, oh, God.
So, I mean, doing it all day, you said, so you were doing something that was important today.
Yeah.
You stuck at the...
Though. It wasn't urgent, actually. They're not urgent. You're right.
No, that's fine. But they're important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key. Ideally, you're not doing the urgent stuff. You're not listening to the nagging cries of those children. You are being able to put those to one side and work on the stuff that's not screaming, working, you're talking to the children that are quietly sitting at the back of the class rather than expending all your energy on those noisy ones at the front of the class,
Yeah.
And that's really good to do. But what was interesting, so you did do that. It was important. You did stick with it all day, but you felt at the end of the day that a little bit.
Yeah, and it's never, what it's like. They're back again, it's endless, isn't it? I think with my work, it's like, it must have been like that with your book. There's a period, then you get it finished, it's done. But there must have been months and months when you're writing this book where you just thought, it's never really, you're not getting through it, or you're not, it's very hard sometimes to think, particularly about the pandemic, because I've got no jobs to, there's no finish point, because often you have a job, you plan and you do it, and then you do the job and it's done. And then you do the next one. Now it's just, it's more of a sort of area of work, this online thing.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's endless, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I know exactly what you mean, I feel. And then I realized it's worse if you get to the end.
All right.
Because then there's this horrible emptiness. Yeah. This horrible emptiness of not having anything to do. And that for me is the worst thing of all, is having nothing to do. No ideas, no hopes, no dreams, nothing. My task list says you have completed all your tasks. Congratulations. And that's...
I've never had that in my life.
No, but I've got close enough to know. I know that I don't want that. Yeah.
No.
So you've got to embrace the overload, because that is the comfort of having a long list of things to do that you're never going to possibly finish. You know what I mean?
I know. Look, if I did spend particularly when there's lots of little things to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. With Write Inspired, it's hard because there's so much I want to do.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
Yeah.
And I'm doing, I've done the online.
Yeah.
And that's kind of done now. That is done because it's out there and I've tweeted it and I've emailed and, just leave it now. And that's the thing. It's letting it go for a bit while I focus on something else, because you could endlessly do that. As you'll find when you're doing your thing with your book, you'll probably you'll set up a few events, but then you think, oh, could I do another one? Or should I do another one?
Yeah.
Another one. So you constantly, is that enough?
Yeah.
And then while you're doing that, I'm not doing, other stuff.
Yeah. So I have, and it's this section. Have you read that multiple to-do queues in here? It comes.
Yeah.
I have broken my week down because I am now the finance director, the managing director. I've got the lead development person. I've got my book. I've got my album, and I've got my family. I'm going to try and to do all these things at the same time. So I've broken my week down. I've said, right, well, I am going to give 4 hours a week to doing the finance of the business.
Yeah. That's
right.
it.
And whenever I get a finance idea, I put it in the finance list, but I don't do it now. I wait until those 4 hours, and then I get in there and I do it for 4 hours, and I do as much as I can. And if it's not enough, I have to rethink my week and go, well, maybe I should be giving it 8 hours. Maybe I should be giving it whatever, it doesn't matter, but you can't do it all. You're right. But chunking, it's a technique. It's a way of doing it, that works really well for me and allows me to feel like I'm making progress in all the areas in a mindful way. I've decided
you're right
how much of each thing I want my life to contain. I'm taking charge of that and not letting anybody else decide that.
I totally agree. I think it's just hard, but I can do that with something like TWOM, the whole of me.
Yeah.
That is because there is a thing. There's a list of things that you can tick off.
Yeah.
And then at the end.
Yeah.
But with writing smart, I can't really. Like you say, finance thing, and I like that. Is every time I write inspired thing, I need to put it under right. I'm going to try that. So it's not just write inspired.
Yeah.
Specifics.
Yes. Yeah, and then you can prioritize them.
Yeah, I mean, on my book, you see, I write down. So all I've done is what did I do today? I just put a little list of, you can't see it, of what the day before.
Yeah.
But, Tuesday was check studio backup. So that was all about my studio.
Yeah.
It's not urgent at all. that was because I just, you just think, it's about time.
Yeah.
And then review CPD, that's right inspired. So that was just reviewing stuff and going through all my talks because I had them. Then check the offers that I'm already offering. Then front trees, that's doing some trimming of the trees.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah.
Then record, this was a TWOM, doing a reading, a narration, because I've got bloody loads of them.
Yeah.
So, and they take 3, I think there's about 15, 18 more, something like that. I've done, and you see, and then you think, so I put record curiosity, and then of course next you said, maybe I could do all of them. Of course you can't. So I did one. So then that becomes urgent, even though it isn't. But I wanted by Friday to have done, so I haven't. And then yesterday was just doing the CPD. That's events. That's much easier. At 11 o'clock, I'm doing that.
Yeah, scheduled.
And the roof started to leak. So of course there was all that.
Yeah, blows out your schedule. Yeah.
And then today was a bit roofy, but also doing more right inspired stuff. I
mean, you're a very productive person, Phil. You should pat yourself on the back for that because, you do get stuff done. It's always been an admirable trait of yours. Is that a lot of people struggle to find that motivation to get anything done. You're getting stuff done. I think the only question is are you getting the right stuff done?
Yeah, that's it.
Are you choosing the right stuff to do? And that's just a matter of that triage, just getting maybe working a bit on some strategy for, ordering what you're going to do.
Yeah. No, I like it. I mean, look, and you go on to step 3. I mean, that's very true. I mean, just do it. I'm a real believer in that. Just get on with it.
Get on with it. Well, that's why you're so successful. Because
and that's and I like the way you say we have given time to the dreamer. No, and I'm very like that. I've got my dreamer side.
Yeah.
And I've got a plan. And sometimes my work is dreamer, really. They're all the piddling around with the TRAS. That's dreamer. I'm not doing anything. I'm just piddling around with it.
Yeah, adventuring.
Yeah, and learning, because I was talking to a friend today, a musician, and he says, and same with you, you know this, that when you can play an instrument, you can then create stuff. And I can't play the TRAS yet. I'm not confident, so I can't really create anything. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
To actually sit down and go, I'm going to create it, because every time I've tried it, I'm going, and then think, oh, that doesn't work. What's that? And then back to the manual again. And of course, that you can't, and then you just get frustrated. And it's
there
annoying.
Again, that's another example. You are, one of the 10% or whatever that is prepared to put that effort in up front to get the reward further down the line. A lot of people will founder on that initial effort that is required because there's no reward there. You can't just go and make a song. You've got to learn the tool. You've got to learn the craft. You've got to put the effort in up front. And that's not,
expected to go wrong. I mean, I'm sure I've never written a complete book like you've done, but I bet you went up a lot of dark alleys, probably.
Yeah, I should think I probably did.
You probably, lots of coming back, going over things again, redoing it, chopping and changing.
Yeah.
And that's hard. That's why most people give up, because they think you just sit down and go, blah, 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 there it is.
Out comes a book. No, you're absolutely right. And I wouldn't mind just saying a little bit on how I actually physically got that book to what is you're holding in your hand. Because there was a lot of dreamer going on, years of just making notes, not attempting to write, just making note after note after note and stashing it all away, it away until there was so much there that I was really confident that I could write a book. And then I just sat down every day for 2 hours a day and wrote like 3,000 words a day for like 3 weeks, and just banged it out. And it was
that's the writing, that's the splurge stage.
But a lot of you'd done the dreaming, I'd done the triage, I'd sort of put all these notes, I'd spent time putting them into some sort of order, but then I was like, right, let's do the work. And it was just, it was probably the easiest part of the whole thing, just writing it out. And then absolutely, as you said, I thought I was done, but I was actually sort of halfway through. Because there you've got to get it edited, you've got to go through it again and again and again, you've got to format it, you've got
stuff,
and that it's hard to get through that last bit because there's not much reward going on in that bit.
What did you do it in? Did you do it in Word or so? Did you have a?
I had an app. I did it on my iPad with a keyboard, and I used a thing called Scrivener.
Oh, joy! That's what I'm doing my book on. I love it. The corkboard. I think I might send you a screenshot of my corkboard.
Oh, go on. Can you get it up here, Phil? You got it.
I'll do a screenshot and then share the. How many words was your book? Is your book?
I think 30,000 or something. Let me see if I can find it. I'll see if I can tell you. I couldn't have gone on any longer, I'd said everything I wanted to say.
So I've written, already. How do I find out the total?
Oh, doesn't it say everywhere in that thing?
It's lovely. I love it. I'm just taking, this is what I've done. This is only a section of my...
No, 25,000.
Yeah, I think I've done about that already, which is kind of not, so I've sort of done, which is quite interesting.
It's all right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
I mean,
I like the writing bit, but like you say, I haven't done the editing. I mean, and my brother's an editor, and he'll just be quite hard on me, I'm sure, and go, well, that's crap, and
yeah,
you know, you're gonna write that, and that's quite hard. But you know, he will be. Let me just share. I'll just.
Of course, yeah. I had a. Turns out one of my friends was a editor, and he did it, and just made it twice as good.
So there's the corkboard of my.
Yes, look at that. Oh, what a joy.
There we are, ideas.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
And then all the chapters. There's quite a lot of it. I mean,
it looks great. It looks great.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I haven't done it for ages, and that's another of my things is
regrets.
Well, no, because at the beginning of March, it was like, right, I'm just going to write my book, and you know, by June, it'll be done. I've not written one word.
Have you not?
No, this was 2019. Was the real splurge.
Yeah.
And then 2020 started. I was really busy. January, February. Like, yeah, I've done nothing. And then Tom came along, and then I was really busy doing that. And you know, you just get. So I sort of am a bit like, oh God, shouldn't I? And so yeah, that's another thing. New Year's Eve, I was like, right, I've got to get on with my book again. I've got to get back in.
Right. Because what would it mean to you?
I just think it'd be good to have something that's saying this is it. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And my sort of, but I don't know if teachers will want to read it because there's some part of me says, should I just do a book called Write Inspired, you know, sessions, you know, which teachers might like, you know, lots of different, because my what I've been writing is my tone, my philosophy.
Yeah, right. And what's inspired you to write this, to write?
Same as you, I think, you know, the thoughts, these are your thoughts about, you say right at the beginning, you know, you said, I think on the back, one command, you know, trying to live, oh, hang on, yeah, the one simple trick to living your best life, you know, they're your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
So mine is what I think is important to learning, you know, and where I believe schools are missing you know, I'm bored of trying to explain why what I do is, so I'm just saying, I'm just going to put it all down there.
Yeah.
The subtleties.
Yes. The depth, the richness.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the criticism, you know.
Yeah.
Like you had to go about, you know, the things that I can see, I was very like me. I thought, oh, he's on one now. And I like, that's very satisfying. You're getting off your chest.
Yeah.
But also, you're making points. And you think, okay. And it's not about whether you think people should agree with you or not. It's just think, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's about happiness and stuff. That's obviously something you really thought about. And you're right. You made me think myself, even though I feel a bit differently, but I know what you're saying. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of, so that's good. It's good to see. It's another point of view.
And it's great. About
happiness.
Yeah.
The search for happiness. You say, you know what really annoys me? All those, I quite like your conversational, you know what really pisses me off?
Yeah.
I shall start. 1. All those bloody self-help, but you know, you've toned it down, you see. If I'd been your editor, I'd say, go on, Dad. All those bloody self-help, but you're going to be sodding happy all the bloody time.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And the great thing is, you've said time and time again, you know, when you've been doing your talks and somebody comes up and says something that really winds you up and you can't say it, you know, you can't, but in your book,
yes.
you
Hallelujah.
can, and no one can come back at you because it's your fucking book. You put what you like. And nobody can
You just
criticize
sit
you.
in your little tower.
Yeah.
With your headphones on, in a blissful ignorance that your people are getting really riled.
Yeah. You know, this is my point of view, and this is my book, and I will put what I like in it. Yeah. And it's fabulous.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed. Yeah. So there's a lot of the style. That's why when I was reading, I thought this is very much. When you read mine, you'll kind of see some parallels.
Yeah.
With what you were saying. And so, yeah, I suppose I'm finding out that learning is life, I suppose, you know, that actually what I'm just talking about learning, but actually it's about life, that it's not just about being content. And that's what you're talking about, enjoyment.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying enjoy the school, enjoy learning. Maybe that,
wow.
That's what I'm saying, and why people don't enjoy learning, why so many people are really damaged. Yeah. They shouldn't be.
No.
You shouldn't come out of a school damaged.
No.
But you are. People are.
Time and again.
And that's what I'm going on about. I try and nitpick and think, what is it? What? Learning is bloody amazing.
Yeah.
Coming out going, right, where do I start?
Yeah. I mean, I think it says this right in the beginning. It says something about my desperation was so powerful, it finally overrode the mistrust of education that school had so successfully instilled in me. Yeah, and that's exactly what it did. You know, it ruined me for 20 years.
And here, this page 144, and you quote Albert Einstein. I didn't know this quote. The definition of insanity, right, is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. Okay?
Yeah.
Change insanity for school.
Yeah.
The definition of school is doing the same thing over and over again. And expect, because they're always harping on about we've got to improve and improve. Well, surely after decades and things just sort of stay the same, I believe, you know, that we've the same cohorts, that maybe we need to, you know, this classic thing of if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got.
Yeah.
And my whole argument is that maybe we need to rethink.
Yeah.
You know, and people are terrified of that. They're terrified. They immediately just think you're just going to arse around. You're some sort of anarchist or something. So, yeah. So
there is absolute.
And you say it here. Sorry, Dan. On your step 4, reflect. This is my key point. When it goes neither well nor badly, but just as expected, there should be time for reflection. Again, schools, they don't. They say it.
It's tragedy.
They don't give people time to just.
No.
Time. It's all, we're doing this, next, doing that, next, at the timetable, bang, 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 bang. No time to go, you know. And Bertrand Russell said, if you want children to think, he said, you give them time to think. You give them things to think about.
Yes.
Meaningful things. And he said, of course, that's if you want children to think. And it was a real clever, because he didn't think you did. He was having a go at school, saying, if you want them to do, that's what you do. But that's only if you want them to. If you want them to be automatons.
Yeah, you've opened up a whole can of worms right there, haven't you? But the great thing is that you can address all of these points as eloquently as you care to in your book, can't you?
Yeah.
And that makes it very important.
The reflect chapter is very, the words you use, doing something the same way time after time. Inertia, resistance to change. You know, it's very similar. It's kind of hit the nub. I mean, I might lift some stuff out and quote you on it. You know?
Quote me.
As in Dan Webb's
book.
Home.
Yeah, fabulous. And then I'll give you a quote for your back page.
Thanks for using a quote, Phil.
Yeah. Phil speaks the truth.
particularly the quote on page 774. I think you'll find that's the nub.
Phil really gets it.
Daniel Webb, author of Enjoy This Moment, available now.
Exactly.
Poster of your book on the back.
Exactly. That's how it works.
Dan. Why are you on the back of my book?
I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine.
Yeah.
We can do a second edition of my book with a quote from renowned author Philip Davis on the front.
Exactly. Then we have the same. We can change our names so that alphabetically we're next to each other.
We're going to be in the same section, the Changing the World for the Better section.
Yeah,
anyway,
there'll be two books.
Yeah.
People who are absolutely convinced they're right.
Yeah.
Daniel Webb. There's only two.
No, I think there's more than two, isn't it? It's incredible, but yeah. Well, that was what my much beloved action coach guy Andrea Bazza used to do. He used to say, you know, when we would go things like, well, I suppose we should really be, you know, doing writing, getting that book finished and published. He would say, you know, is it important to you? So is it important to you getting your book published?
Yes.
It is. Why is it? Why is it important?
Well, what we've been saying, yeah. So it's done. It's like giving, you know, like a song, like anything, isn't it? The manifest, make it manifest, make it real.
Just as
there it is.
Elizabeth Gilbert said, you know, it deserves to be made real.
She go in our shelf.
She would go in our shelf. She might come along and move herself into the Changing the World Successfully shelf.
Change the world, man. No, come on, Dan. Have more faith.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, if
I'm
you
going
don't...
to write to her, Dan. I'm going to write to her. Go, me and my mate.
Me and my mate.
Well, my mate's actually written a book. I'm in the process of writing a book. And to be quite frank, Elizabeth, I think you'll rather like them.
Yeah. I think
that's you doing the signing at Waterstones. What do you think?
It's got much more chance of changing the world if it's actually available to purchase than if it's just sitting on your Scrivener pad. So
that's inspired me, Dan.
I'm voting.
Scrivener.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and you're right. Your brother is going to do an excellent job of editing it. It's going to be fantastic. So,
did you have, when you wrote? Did you have an idea of? Did you write the preface first and then the introduction, or did you just write and then your editor went, right, that's the introduction, or that?
No, I just wrote that, just like you. I wrote the chapters. I didn't, and then I worked out what order they needed to go in, and then I published it. And then some people read it, and some of the feedback was it could really do with something at the beginning, sort of introducing it. So then I wrote the preface.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you want to do, Phil. You want to, you know, like agile software development, you want to get it out there as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You know, you're not trying to, you know, perfection is the enemy of done and all of that crap, but you want to get it out there and get some feedback, you know, and then that will get the ball moving, and then, you know, you may be nearly done. You know what I mean? You know,
you just froze a touch there, Dan, and then something.
You may be nearly done.
Yeah, I think I might. I mean, the trouble is mine's almost like splattered all over the place, and I'm not quite sure what the beginning is, you know, I'll have to revisit and just go over it again in my head.
I think if you've had a year off, then maybe rereading it will really help you to order it. But Scrivener's lovely like that, isn't it? Allowing you to move stuff about. Yeah. So cool. Yeah.
Oh, God. Very good.
You can do it, Phil. That would be fantastic.
Are you happy with your book, though, Dan? That's at the end of the day.
Well, I have only got to Outjoy at the moment, so I've got to this section where
yeah,
and I've got but so far I've only spotted one mistake, and
I haven't spotted any, to be honest. So.
No, the editor did a great job. There was hundreds before he got his hands on it, but he was really particular and did all of that. So and I am so fond of myself as I come across. You know, I'm really touched by how what I'm trying to do and how I put it across. I'm sort of, awkward and well-meaning and earnest and all these things. And yeah, I'm so pleased, so pleased.
And when so how did you get it printed? How did you actually get a?
Right. Yeah. Well, that was just Evie basically, and she found it's called KDP, and now those of a nervous disposition have to look away because it is Amazon that are doing this, are making this possible.
Yeah.
And you get the you get it in a PDF, you upload it to their service, they show you what it's going to look like. There are some cover designing tools that you can use. They generate the ISBN and the barcode that you need for it. I think they charge £1.60 or something for printing every copy, and then they take.
They do it to order, do they?
They do it to order.
Yeah,
they take 40% of what remains, I think. So, or something like that. You're not really making any money out of it.
No, it's not bad. It's the fact it's there. I mean, I just think it's great, Dan. I ordered it.
Yeah.
And it turns up.
And it turns
there it is.
And it feels pretty close to a book, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's very close. It's a good.
It's all right. Yeah. I was really pleased with the quality that they put into it. And I think, it did take a bit of laying out, getting the layout right, but I'm happy with the decisions they made on that. And I would not, if I'd had to buy 100 copies, and gone down that normal route, I wouldn't have done it because I don't want
much outlay and not enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and also
now it's available to anyone in the world who wants it.
Yeah. Well, fantastic service. So there are downsides and there are other services, and you can look into all of that, and you can go as deep as you want to on getting. There's so many different ways of doing it.
That's really good to hear that it's out there. I mean, what I'm saying is, I thought you would have had to. So basically, it's like any nowadays. You want to do it, you just look around, and there's people offering to do it, and you choose whatever one you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Really exciting.
Exactly. Oh, and definitely, and fantastic that there's services like that can make that a reality for us. We live in a very very good time, don't we?
Yeah.
With the technologies that are available.
Good on the back. That's a good picture of you at the back.
Yeah, that was my mate Mark, who's he is a photographer as it happens, but I was just round his house one afternoon, feeling pretty low, and he said, "Oh, let me just take a photo of you," and he took a photo and sent it to me. And we always laughed. He said, "That's your book cover photo." Before I'd even thought about writing a book.
Yeah.
So when I wrote it, I thought I'm going to use that. Also, I've got an incredibly it's me 10 years ago. Yeah. I've got hair.
Yeah. There we are.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Phil. Thanks for getting it as well. I really appreciate that.
It's a pleasure. It's great, Dan. It's really good. You know, it's great. It's a real book. Good stuff. It's sitting there with Big Magic.
Big Magic. Dan Webb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philip Davis.
Yeah, I must get it done. I think for the beginning of when we go back to work and everything, it's just when I talk to people, and I'm going to be doing more online stuff. It's just that idea to say my book's available.
Yeah.
People often want more, and some people might. Like, oh yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah. I think they definitely would if it encompasses. If you're talking from the same subject matter that you've got in your book, you know, so it's a very handy way for people to get hold of your ideas.
It'd be interesting for me if it's a sort of different sort of sell to music, because I think like in some ways it would be maybe easier than music to sell in terms of, because music's just it's everywhere.
Yeah.
There's so much of it that books are still a little bit special.
Yeah.
They're a little bit, you know, not everyone's writing a book.
No.
I mean, a lot of people are. It's not quite as drenched as Spotify.
No. I think there's still a higher barrier to entry, isn't there, for book writing? You know, it certainly took more effort to make that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also the people who are buying books.
Exactly.
Into books.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that music is there. You know, I don't know. You don't really buy it now. It just streams. It's just there.
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing now with Spotify. You're not. It's weird. It's kind of death. You don't really sell. You know, here's my album crafted.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
And you pay your £1 whatever to Spotify a month, and you get it for free, and I get 1/100 of a penny.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's no commitment there, is there?
No.
There's no commitment.
So I get listens. A lot of people listen to my stuff, but no money. Yeah. That's all you can do. I'd be fool not to put it on Spotify. I have to.
Yeah.
If I just had CDs and that was it.
No, I think the Spotify thing's great for getting music out there, but it doesn't really glue you. No. Doesn't connect you very strongly to the listener, because you're, you know, probably going to be chopped in between you and Snoop Dogg and Maria Callas and Beatles, you know, all coming past.
Like it, you know, but then it's funny. I got years ago, but it was lovely, an email or I don't know. I think it must have been an email or and it was on. And someone had come across. It was from Australia, and it was someone sort of quite a young teenager-y sort of, you know, not really the demographic I'd think, and said, "Oh, I came across your work today. A beautiful accident. Thank you." You know, and that's sort of that really does keep me going. My one fan in Australia, you know, that one moment is enough. That's lovely.
Wow. You know, isn't that great?
Yeah. I mean, it was years and years ago but I quite like that about the online thing. That's why I persist.
Yeah.
You never know who might just pop up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone you really admire might just come across it by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go, do you want to come on tour? Oh, yes, please. That's my world-shattering novel.
I shall now read from my book.
Yeah, it's not a gig. I shall read from my book.
And you shall be quiet.
Yeah, I'll start the TR8S song with some groovy rhythm and read the book over it.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Right, well, let's see how it goes. You're going to get it done this year, Phil.
Yes, now, after talking to you, I'll put that on my list. I am going to use your tips, though, Dan, and I'll let you know how it goes. Definitely the urgent, important not urgent, important. 5,
Yeah.
just do it. The chunking. Saturday, I'm good at grouping by projects. You know, all that sort of stuff. Duration, I sort of overestimate my abilities, but hey ho.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll take me a week.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
Actually, I am quite good. When I do get on with it, when I get it, I think, right, I'm just going to do it. Boom. I get a lot done.
Yeah.
And those are the days I love, when you just think, right, bang.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 you know.
Yeah, oh, it's fantastic. But I swear to God that 95% of my working days are like that now.
That's great. So you are, yeah. I mean, that's what I was thinking I could do. I was thinking, like you, do 2 hours of that, 2 hours of that, and then leave a big space for my music. And I would get it all done.
Yeah, yeah.
But I find it hard with music, because you know what, the muse, it's like, well, I don't want to do it, so I don't want to do it now. And then you start moving things around.
And I have to hold my hand up. You know, I'm not doing creative stuff here. I'm doing, you know, I'm doing finance. I'm doing, you know, so it may well not, you know, they may not be compatible, you know.
Yeah.
So it'd be really interesting to see how you get on.
I'm definitely going to try it. I think it'd be good to. I mean, I've got my whiteboard, which is in a way that, oh, you can't see it. Hang on, which sort of chunks.
Is it hung on the palm tree?
Hang on, where is it? Share video. You go. I'll choose virtual background. None. There we go. So yeah, you can see my whiteboard there. So that's the chunks.
Yes, that's it.
Chunk. But it's all complete chaos. I've hardly done any of that. I just ignore that.
I know. Well, I know
I feel better when I write it.
Yeah, but it gets old very quickly, doesn't it?
Well, there's stuff up there that there's a sort of job they've commissioned me that they haven't confirmed. So that's a lot of that there. And then free teacher sessions, I've done that. TWOM, you know, I've sort of done it, you know.
I think
doing things, you know.
I know, but the digital world has so many advantages over even your beautiful notebooks, because you can reorganize, you can sort, you can chop stuff up in multiple different ways. It stops things like that from killing your buzz, because you just put that on pause over there and bring in new stuff, and you know, you can very quickly get yourself a menu of really good stuff for today.
What software do you use? Do you have a special?
I've got two that I would recommend to you. One is Asana, which is lovely. Yeah, right. These are both free at the level you'd be working at.
Asana.
That's what
I think we tried this in.
I've used that for 10 years. Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's lovely. Okay. Yeah.
Another one.
I've just stopped using that, and I've switched over to a thing called ClickUp.
ClickUp.
Yeah, and it's pretty much.
iPad or...
they've got a web app. They've got a nice iPhone app now.
There's probably one on the iPad then. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it on the iPad, but the web app is pretty nice. So, you know, either of those.
I quite like an iPad, you know, because I love my iPad. It's something on the iPad. I might have, so it's productivity, isn't it? That's what you're looking at, really.
Yeah, the other one is Trello is very popular, you know, because you know that cork board that you showed me with Scrivener,
I like them,
they all have that view, you know, as well as a long list. I like a list.
I'm a list. I'm a bit of a list cork, but I like the two.
Yeah, well, ClickUp allows you to switch between the two, so you can have both views, you know, depending on how you're feeling and which way you want to slice it. But they all allow all the things that we're talking about. The key thing is not really the software; it's the book, reasonably priced at $4.99 at all good booksellers. But that is the thing.
Good, Dan.
It's the process. The process is the key thing. That's the key thing.
Fair. Are you ready for Graham Norton? When are we booking that in?
Yeah.
Have you got one? Can I come as a... I don't know. Something.
But it's so true. You know, there's loads of people. Yeah, there's loads of people not being productive using all of those software tools. There's loads of people being productive using different. It's the process, not the tool. But I swear to God, the digital has so many advantages.
I'm going to do it, Dan. You've inspired me. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Excellent. Right, another satisfied customer.
Thank you very much.
Well,
what was the book called again?
My book, Enjoy This Moment. In Italian, it's Enjoyo this momento.
And available where?
Available in all good bookstores, as long as it's Amazon, basically. That's the only place you can buy it. But you can buy it anywhere in the world. So there's no excuse. No, it's very reasonably priced.
$4.99 is a bargain. I've got it.
And if you could write a review, that would be very helpful.
As long as it goes on the back. I want it on the back of the next copy, Dan.
Promise.
Because I can say, Philip Davis, author.
Yeah, absolutely.
Available at all good bookstores, as long as it's Amazon. Coming soon.
Chris here, he's a friend who lives just down the road. He was the first one to give me any kind of feedback. Right. There we go. Look, he's on the back cover. He's famous. He's famous. Favour Waits.
If my name's on it, you can put Phil Davis, Tin Pots, all the details about that. Give me a nice little advert. Picture of me.
That's right. Latest album available for all good record stores.
You can go on the back, give me some more space.
I can't believe I didn't put you in the bibliography.
Oh, it's all right, Dan. I don't mind.
Should have got in there, Phil. I could have put quite a bit of, marketing in there for you.
Yeah, exactly. You could have pages of it. And now, that's very good.
I could have listed all your albums.
Each page could have recommended Tin Pot songs and listed this page.
Yes. Oh, God. Trick we've missed.
Well, when my book's out, we'll see if we can have that in cover advertising.
Bit of a crossover there.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I do the audio book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll record it. I can mix it for you.
Yes.
Put some sound effects
in the background.
And then occasionally a little advert.
Phil, I can't actually hear myself talking. It's mainly your songs going on. Oh, that's all the rage.
That's all the ambience down there. Come on, trust me.
Brilliant. Oh. I am looking forward to doing the audiobook. I think that would be a real laugh.
Oh, the audiobook would be classic. Come on.
Yeah, I know. It'd be great. There we go.
There we go.
Well, thank you very much, Phil. It's been a treat.
Dan. I've enjoyed it, as always.
Yes, good. I know.
I'll let you know so the next one, then, are we going to go 2-weeker again now? Are we going to go back to our normal...
Let's do a 2-weeker. I'm still without laptop, so I can't do any audio at the moment, but I'm hoping it's back by next Thursday. Okay. In which case, we'll do it.
I'll hopefully have something in my TR8S. I'm working on a few little things.
Oh, yes.
But I had to write to Roland again. They've not replied yet. I think they flagged me up now.
Oh, yeah.
Just
botherer.
Well, I built a kit, got that bit. And typically, I have all the snares I have to pick. I picked one called Trap Snare. So I loaded it in, and you play it on the pad, and you just hear it, right? So I went, and then it stopped. And then it stopped. So then I worked it out, and it was play for 6, and then nothing. 6 and then play again. So
no.
Some sort of gate or something, and none of the other snares did it. And so when I could have used another time. I wanted to know. So then I went to the pattern that they created with this thing, and it was, there's 8 variations. This takes age, but there's A to H variations, and you can see the lights of each variation. And it was playing A, B, C, D, F, G, H, and then it played them again, and the snare kept dropping out. So they'd done something. There's something weird. They had 16 variations. So it was clever.
Wow.
But can I work out? You know, I try and edit all the settings, everything. So I've written to Roland saying, why is that snare? It's regular. It's not a hardware thing. It's obviously something. It's programmed.
Yeah.
That particular snare on that pattern
goes silent.
6, 12, 6, and it's called Weird 32 Rhythm. And I worked it out. They're blocks of 32. You see.
Right.
So there's something they've done. Why don't they just put it in the mat or something? Anyway. So that was that. I sat down to sort of do the record. I spent the whole evening farting around, writing to bloody Roland.
Yeah, not what you wanted to do at all. No.
That's the trouble. Instead, what I should have done is say, I'll just use another snare.
Yeah.
But I've got this thirst, right? And I want to know.
Yeah, and rightly so. You know, you need to master the instrument.
Yeah.
You know, there can be no secrets between you and the TR-8S.
Yeah, and there is because. And the colours, you know, there's all these different colours. And I know 2 of them. Yeah, and I found out on a bloody blog thing. And it's like from Germany or something. It's not, and they said the manual is a waste of bloody time at the top.
Right.
And I thought, yes. And there it is. There's a list. And it's the different drum kits. Blue is 909. Orange is, nowhere is that in the manual. Nowhere. And it's only because you just think, well, there's all these bloody colours flashing on the pads. Why? Because when I do it, they're red and orange. That was it. They're never blue.
Right.
And I think, well, are they doing something? Is blue something?
Right. Is it important? Yeah. You'd think they'd let you know.
No. So bizarre.
On the plus side, I did read, because Roland just released a Verse box. It's battery powered. You can plug a mic in. You can record whole songs. It's got, you know, drums. It's got 16 pads as well, you know, in a grid, as well as 16 buttons in a row. It looked really nice. I was thinking amazing. And it was saying, thing is, it's using Roland's their current cloud-based sound system, which is a bit sort of rompler. And they said, he said, yeah, it's not a musical instrument like the TR-8S is. You know, that's got some real soul to it. So you're on the right track. Right?
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a lovely thing. I just, you know, I keep watching these people who are good at it. And they're just kind of doing all this. Is it right? Can you just stop and just tell me what you're doing, please? Because it's all very well going like that. These, you know, I've got a sound going, and you've got it going, right. And I know what they've done. I kind of know that they've stepped and changed the pitch along the steps. And,
yeah, right. Yeah.
And I've worked out time signatures because, of course, there's no metronome and you can't put 3/4. So what you have to do is you do it mathematically.
Oh.
So 16 steps is 4/4.
Yeah.
You want 3/4, you can stop it at 12. So it's going 12 steps at a time.
And then you treat it.
That.
Right.
It's always just a pulse.
Right.
But of course, it's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. But the pulse is like that, or 1, 2, 3, 4. It's quite hard to count, but the pulse.
Yeah.
So there's no. So to do weird times, and of course on the YouTube, there's this person who's done 5/8 and all this kind of stuff, and there's all these lights flashing. I was thinking, yeah, but how? And then he said, "Oh, you know, you just have to."
Yeah.
You have to put the number of steps, so you can have any time signature if you're clever.
Yeah. Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But the pulse doesn't really. It's quite weird because the rhythm coming out, the pulse is just it's quite hard. You know, normally it goes dum da da dum da. You know, and you can so it's quite strange because this guy's rhythms were very weird because for each instrument you can put in
different lengths
steps you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
16, so you can do any time signature you want.
Yeah.
So he's more of a performer than a. That's the tricky bit. I'll have to perform it. I can't sequence everything.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm not quite sure, but apparently I can link it up to Logic. I haven't even gone there yet.
Oh, God.
No, exactly. With my 12-year-old computer. That's going to go well. Just download the driver. Not compatible. I haven't even bothered looking.
There's no point. No. It's just going to be disappointment, isn't it, if you go down that route? No. Yeah. Right. So which are you going to do? That you're going to do the book, or are you going to do the TRAS in the next fortnight?
A bit of both.
You're going to do a bit of both?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to have a day of music on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going to do some music, but I will look at the book tomorrow. I've got my webinar in the morning. I've got TWOM. I've got to get on top of TWOM.
Right.
Just in my head, but that's okay. And I'm talking to Sam at 1. We're having a Zoom at 1. So.
Right. So you'll be doing a nice day. You don't have to do TRAS during the rest of the week, because on Saturday you can
just
really dig into it.
Dig in.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But you will. When are you going to be doing your the book then?
The book, I think. Monday's quite good, so I might do book and TWOM on Monday or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because then I've got lots of webinars all week. That's all right. We're still only 3/4 of the way through January. Then I've got.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's all right. I mean, look, there's nothing happening. When's lockdown over, supposedly? March the when? 2025?
Yeah, that's optimistic, mate. I would double that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think you may find you could do half a day, a few hours on book, and because you haven't picked it up for a while, it's going to be.
I need to refamiliarize.
Yeah, refamiliarization, and make some notes of things that you need to do to get it to the finishing line.
And I can do all that in whatever app I get.
Yeah.
That's what I need, because I scribble in. I've got so many notebooks, Dan.
Yeah.
I've got 1, 2, 3 there, right, inspired. Got 4 there. I've got 3 there. I've got the Welsh. Of course, I'm learning Welsh as well.
Yes.
I'm doing that every day. I do about half an hour a day.
Great.
I've got loads of notebooks full of that as well.
Well done. Fantastic.
I can read it quite well, and I still can't quite speak it, but
and there's the final thought for the day: stop starting and start finishing.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I really helps me sometimes.
That's a good one, yeah.
Because I tried to get the kids to help to start making a movie at the weekend. And I spent most of Sunday searching for collaborative video editing software. And then I thought, what on earth are you doing? The last thing you need is to try and make a movie.
Yeah.
It's like...
I know. It is, isn't it? I was like, I know, I'm going to be an animator.
Yes.
How can it be? Manual. Oh, God.
No, yeah.
I'm always doing that. It's quite exciting, though.
It is exciting.
You've got to try these things.
You have, yeah. But moderation, keeping it in context. Stop starting, start finishing.
I've written it down, Dan. Written it down.
All right.
All right, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you in a couple of weeks. Have a great couple of weeks, Phil.
Yeah.
And we'll be up to nearly the end of January, which will be great news. I will be delighted.
What day is it? 15th, 1. What day is it today? Thursday, 14th.
14th.
So, yeah, the 28th. The next.
Yep.
Okay. Dan. Oh, my dad's having his vaccination next week, which is good.
Oh, excellent. Which one's he getting?
Not sure. Don't know. I suspect the Oxford.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Well,
good.
Any vaccination beats no vaccination now.
God, I can't wait. I can't wait. Put it in there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good stuff.
All right.
Yeah, well, stay safe until
you too, Dan.
that point. Don't let your guard down.
No, don't worry.
And enjoy your fortnight, and I'll catch you later, Phil.
See
All right,
you, Dan.
take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.